Almost 17,000 student visa applications have been rejected to study in Canada in 2021, specifically from the Asian Pacific region, which includes Pakistan and India as well. Alright, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So, today's video is quite different. Until now, what I have been observing is that majority of the people are facing rejections for student visa applications to study in Canada, and I observed several reasons which are part of the refusal letter of those students who have been rejected. So, as you guys already know, that before coming to Canada, I have also been rejected twice. So don't lose hope. And let me tell you that what were the two reasons which led to my rejection in 2015. My first reason was that my purpose of visit was not clear, and the second reason was that my personal assets and financial status was not commendable. Let me tell you guys that I have applied in 2015 based on non-SDS category, which was based on bank statement, and it was based on financial asset. It means I have to show my bank statement and financial assets to support my application to study in Canada. So until now, in 5 years, from 2015 to 2021, 5 to 6 years, I have observed many refusal letters. I have read them on social media platforms. I have also read them on personal messages I have received since my YouTube channel. So I have taken out some pointers that what are the common reasons that results in visa application for a student to be refused in Canada. So let's discuss in detail. Let's go. Guys, I know the video would be long because I don't want you guys to just go through the video, but I would rather want you guys to understand the points what I'm saying, and do consider when you are applying for a visa, because you just put up so much funds when you are applying. You pay your student fees and everything. So watch till the end, as there are tips as well for students who have applied for visa, who are waiting for visa, or who are planning for the visa. So do watch till end. So the first reason, the most common reason in every letter, you will see that candidate would not leave Canada at the end of this day. So what I can say is that this is a bigger picture of a reason that a person who is coming to Canada will not leave Canada, and this is not the reason that a particular student possess. This is because of the mindset of the IRCC or the visa officers. Let me tell you for the fact that because of the previous historic background of the Asian Pacific regions, people who usually travels by sea, by different illegal means, visa officers usually assess that students who are from Asian Pacific background are usually those who would not leave Canada at the end of this day. It means that when you are coming for a study purpose here in Canada, they have a firm belief, the first click in their mind is that you will not leave Canada at the end of your stay. Though Canada is promoting immigration culture, though they support students to get through their citizenship, everything, but you need to support your point that you are coming to Canada just based on the factor that you will study, and that's it. That, like, your mind is clear that you are not planning for PR, you are not planning for citizenship in Canada, but you are planning for a study in Canada, and that is your primary purpose. And that point needs a reflection in your statement of purpose or letter of intent. Right, so what's the solution for it? A simple solution. Make your mind clear first before making an application of student visa. You need to ensure that you don't pretend to tell a visa officer that you are coming Canada and you won't leave Canada. And this would be a reflection that would based on your statement of purpose or a letter of intent to study in Canada. So make sure that you do not, please don't put a point. I have seen several SOPs that put a point that by studying in Canada, I will get a good job in Canada. This is not a point, and this is the basic reason. You please don't put a reason that studying in Canada will increase your chances of job prospect in Canada. Don't say in Canada. Say that by studying in Canada, you will have a better future prospect or a career prospect at your home country. At your home country. This shows that you are coming to study in Canada not because you want to stay in Canada, because you want to go back to your home country. Tell them your intention, but first clear them with your own mindset. You have to clear yourself before you're applying or writing SOP. So I will be sharing my SOP and I will be sharing the pointers I have put, the all points which are important. So please do wait for that video as well. Alright, so second reason is that candidate purpose of visit is not comprehensive. This is not the same point to the first one. This is different. Candidate would not leave Canada. This means that you have told him that what are the better prospects in Canada. But purpose of visit is related to your education and that your program. Education and your program you have chosen to study in Canada at the time of your application. This means that if, for instance, let's suppose that you have done medical in your home country and you are doing accounting in Canada, it is not a connection at all. For instance, if you have done bachelor's in, if you have done medical in your home country and now you're going for a nursing or a different program related to medical field, but a twitch, that would be a good point. So please ensure that you select a right program for a BCom candidate, for a electrical engineering candidates, for engineers, for business persons, for medical persons. Please choose a relevant field or a field that would enhance your position. For instance, I would say if a person who is in business, because I'm from business field, I can give you that example. If I'm from business, I have done bachelor's in commerce, for instance, let's suppose. So my next target would be to business analytics. That's a higher degree, a higher skill that I would gain if I would come to Canada. And I can also say that this is not in my home country. There are no degrees in my home country as well. So these are the progressions you can tell. Like I have done bachelor's and then I'm doing my business analytics, like a connection. You need to show a progression in your studies and it should be a connection from your previous educational background or experience. Like you have done some work in some industry, you can show that as well. Alright guys, third reason that was in my refusal letter, and that is some of the common reasons I have seen, is that candidate personal assets and financial status. Means that Canada does not think that by giving my fees, initial fees, I can bear another year fees or another semester fees. So what now? This reason has gone down because different countries have been included in SDS category, that is student direct stream, which has 3 requirements, that is IELTS 6.5, overall 6, and GIC requirement, guaranteed investment certificate, and a first year fees. So the first year fees and guaranteed investment certificate shows that you are financially strong, you are financially feasible. So this point has gone down after SDS, but before SDS it was a common reason that your financial status is not strong. So if the basic solution for this point is that apply for a SDS category, as SDS category have a higher visa success ratio in comparison to non-SDS. I would recommend you guys, and I have seen that those people who have applied for non-SDS category are being accepted, but very rare cases. So those who are non-SDS category, do apply for SDS category if you can, seeing your financial status. Now the fourth reason which I have identified is family ties and travel history. These are also the reason for which students are refused on their refusal letter, and this is another reason which is marked in the refusal letters by the IRCC or the visa officer. Travel history is because students have who are applying has not traveled anywhere in the world in comparison to the home country. That's it. So they think, the visa officer sometimes think that he does not have a travel history. This means that he won't leave Canada at the end of this day. Connection to that first point. And the family ties is, for instance, student is being sponsored or supported by the guardians, like not the guardians, the supporters, like brother, sister, uncle. These are the reasons that family ties. Usually visa officer wants their first relation. In Canada, what is the reason is that your blood relation is your mother and father. Your first family is your mother and father. Your second family is your brother and sister, because they are not directly your blood relation. You can think that, right? Your first family is your mother and father, and if your mother and father is supporting you, then this point is neglected and family ties are strong. And for travel history, you need to travel somewhere. Let's travel somewhere and go for a vacation or something like that. And if it's not a more reason, but sometimes they do target this point. Fifth and last point which I've identified is that current employment status and future employment prospect. These are two different reasons. Current employment status and future employment prospect. This point, current employment status, is for the one who have already done work in their home country. They have experience in the home country. So for instance, a person who has done IT but is not doing a job in IT, this means that if he's not getting a job in his home country, in his own relative field, how he will get a job in Canada, where you are competing with international market, with international students. So that's a point. And this point of future employment prospect, this means that, for instance, if you have taken a program of a really different program that does not have any jobs in Canada, you are saying in your SOP that this is the reason that this program is not in Pakistan or India or Sri Lanka, and I'm doing this program in Canada because Canada has it. But Canada would also look that whether the program you are studying does have job in Canada as well. That means that employers are sponsoring that job, because they see this. You can see this point from the NOC, national occupation, right? You can see that what you are doing does have a job prospect future in Canada. You can see that what are your career prospects in Canada before writing your SOP or before considering your degree in Canada. Alright guys, just short 3 tips. I know this video has been too long, but I just want to clear my points. What I'm saying, I just want to make sure that you guys understand what you're doing. It's not just that you go through a video, skim through a video, but you understand what I'm saying. The first point is that prepare strong SOP whenever you're applying for a visa. Must make sure that you spend plenty of time on your statement of purpose. Please take your time of almost 2 months. Read the points, first prepare the pointers and then work for it. I will prepare a separate video for SOP as well. The second tip is that due to COVID, delay applying for your study visa. I have said that there are rejections in 2021. I have told you that there are 17,000 rejections due to in the Asian Pacific region due to this COVID, because these were the reasons because of the COVID, that 70,000 applications, because the supply in Canada for the students because there are almost 20 to 30 seats for international students, right, in Canada for a particular college, and the supply of students from other different all over the world are applying. There are so many applications to study in Canada, so who were not qualifying from a basic reason, they were rejected. So because of COVID, I would say if you can delay your plan to study in Canada for a half an year or for 6 months to 12 months, right? Like consider it for 2022. The third is that if you have been granted a visa or you have already applied for a visa and waiting for your visa approval, then I would suggest you that utilize the time until 31st December 2021 to study online. Do not come here because there are chances of fourth wave as well. So please consider this point. And thank you so much. I would like you all to subscribe my channel And if you think that this information is really informative and you guys think that what are the new videos I should come up with, so please comment below, and thank you so much for your time. Thumbs up.